Today we're going to kind of do a jewel test. I want to do a comparison on these cards, but I also want to show how good the dewdrop inks are. So we're going to do some stamping. I actually swear by, and it's not here, I bet it, the A4 card pack from Poundland. You get 30 sheets, it's 200 GSM, which is brilliant for card making. 200 to 250 gives you a really sturdy card. You get 30 sheets, it's brilliant to print on, it's brilliant to stamp on, it's brilliant for card bases, it's brilliant for die cutting. The only problem is, because it's so good, as soon as it comes into Poundland, it's sold out. So recently I've been having a problem getting it, so we've been going different places to try different cards. This one is A4 white card, it's 220 GSM from the works, and it's only £1, but you only get 15 sheets. But I would say it is as good as a Poundland, even if it is twice the price. These two I haven't tried before. This is your value pack. It's only 160 GSM, which means obviously it's going to be a lot thinner than the card I normally use. But it is £4 for 100 sheets from Hobbycraft. They also do what's known as a premium pack, where you pay £4 for 50 sheets. Again, this is only 180 GSM, so it is a lot thinner than the card I'm used to using. But we will see how it goes with stamping. The stamps I'm using today I haven't used before. They are brand new stamps. This first one is from the works and costs £1. This other set came on Papercraft magazine, and it's some gnomes, and it comes with die cutters to cut them out. So let's go ahead and use Tuxedo. Is it Tuxedo Black or no? I think it's Tuxedo Black. Let me double check. Yes, Tuxedo Black from Memento Dewdrop Inks. I absolutely love these. You can go ahead and pay full price and buy your regular size inks. But the dewdrops are just £2 each, and they come in an array of colours. They do the exact same job as the big ones, and you can refill them exactly the same. This is what they look like, little dewdrops, which is actually an ideal size to make plants as well. But I swear by them, they dry quickly, they're good for stamping, they're good for embossing, they're good for using with Spectrum Noir. So the first one that we're going to stamp on, ladies and gentlemen, is the white card from the works. So I don't happen to have my acrylic blocks handy, so whether my assistant can get down and get those for me. If not, we will manage without. Let's see how it goes. And as always, when I have anything on a magazine, I can never get the stamps out of the packet. I always end up ripping it and putting them in another packet. So we'll see how it goes. No, okay, the packet's got to be ripped as all. I can never get them out, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know if you have the same problem, but we'll see how things go. But these are a lovely set of gnome stamps. Don't know if you could see those, but what we'll do is we'll use the toadstool because there's quite a lot of detail on that, and as they're new stamps, you can imagine they're not easy to get off, but we'll get there. I should have perhaps fetched them off beforehand, but you know me, mistakes and all are always in my videos, hence why I don't have my stamping blocks ready. But my assistant is working on that for me as we speak. Okay, so we're going to use this lovely little toadstool as my blocks magically appear. And we will line that up, get our ink. What I like about the Memento Dewdrop inks as well is I find that with a lot of the inks you have to make more than one pass, and if you don't have a stamping tool, we shall say, I won't use any brand names, but if we don't have any stamping tool, it's not easy to line it up to get another pass. But I find that with these dewdrops I pretty much get a good stamping image first time, and the coverage is pretty good as well. So let's see how we go. Just place it down and press and give it a little rub if you want, and then take it off, and now as you see, a crisp image with the first pass. That is the card from the works. Now I'm not going to throw it away because we're also going to try the other stamper. So let's write on this one, the works, and that was £1. So that we know what card is what. We will next do the same image on the Poundland card. Again, ink up your stamp, and you can see I'm not adding a great deal of pressure here, if you can see that is. I'm just giving it a general coating. Now you ain't got to be over generous, but you haven't got to be skimpy either. And if you get some ink on the block, just wipe it off. And then we will put that. Is that covered? Let's have a quick pass. I'm going to give that one more pass just to be sure. Okay. And then we will put that down on this piece of paper and press. And I'm not doing a great deal, I'm just putting it down and rubbing, as you can see. Well, I hope you can see. There we go, that's a lot better. Sorry about that, ladies and gentlemen, my assistant did move my camera. And as you can see, that's definitely first time, and that is the one from Poundland, and that is also £1. Now this one, as I said, I have never tried these from Hobbycraft at all, because I don't know about you, ladies and gentlemen, but I like good value for money. And when I can get 30 sheets for £1, that fits my budget pretty well. And when it's good quality paper, that's a bonus. So, let's see. Straight away, I don't like the feel of it. It feels like the paper you would have when you was at school. Its edges are very, very rough. I mean, I guess it would do if you wanted a distressed look, and it may do as a base you're going to decorate, but that feels very, very flimsy to me, and I don't like the rough edges. And actually, considering it's a white card, if you put it next to the Poundland white card, it actually looks more cream than white. it has like a yellowish tinge to it, and that was £4 for 50 sheets. That was from Hobbycraft. It was the premium white, and it was 40 sheets for £1. Now let's ink up this stamp again and see how we go on this one. I can't see it actually affecting the stamping, especially if you're going to be colouring it in with Copic markers, gel pens, crayons, whatever you have. But I personally use Spectrum Noir and gel pens. I don't find with the colouring crayons that I have access to that I get the depth of colour that I like. So again, just place it down and just gently rub. You don't have to press a lot with these dewdrop inks. And there, it seems to have really soaked that into the paper compared to the other two. I'm really not sure it's such a crisp image. It has a linen feel to it, so this would actually, I think, be good, say, on a darker card as a layer or inside for your verses. But as a card base, I don't really think I like the feel of this. It actually makes my hands itch. I don't know why that is, but... And finally, we're going to try the value pack from Hobbycraft's own range. That's the 100 sheets for £4. And again, it's only 160, so it is a lot more flimsy than the card I'm used to. As you can see, but it is the closest in colour to the Poundland one, compared to what they call premium. Again, I definitely think that's more of a cream than a white, but it was advertised at white. And this again is the Hobby Craft value pack, 100 for £4. So again, we'll ink up this stamp. Now bear in mind, I haven't washed this stamp yet because with the dewdrops, once you've printed them, the stamps are actually pretty clean. But if you do need to clean it in between, just use a baby wipe or a chamois leather. If you use a baby wipe, dry it off before you re-ink. I know some will say you don't use baby wipes on stamps, but I've never had an issue. Not yet, and until I do, I won't stop doing it because I craft on a budget and I can afford to do this way. So again, press it down. You don't have to press hard, just give it a gentle rub over while holding it firm. And again, now that is a really crisp image. Now let's clean off that and we'll change to the stamp from the works. And if you do want baby wipes, ladies and gentlemen, don't pay expensive. Go to your pound shop and get a pound bag. They all do the same. I personally use the unscented ones because I have sensitive skin, but plus I don't want my stamps to have all that perfume residue, and so I find the sensitive have no perfumes or additives in it. So we'll take that stamp off there and put it back with the gnomes. And then we will take this one out of its bag, and as I said, this is brand new, it's never been used, same as the other one. So we will take it and we will line it up using the grid on this, and then let's use a different colour this time to show you how versatile these are. The last one we did with Tuxedo Black, This one I think we will do in grape jelly, which is purple, my favourite colour. So this one we're going to do in grape jelly. I highly recommend that you do get these shoe droppings. They are affordable, and if you're on a tight budget and you need ink that's going to be reliable, because yes, you can go and you can buy your cheaper inks. I mean, they even do some at places like Hobbycraft for as little as £1. But if it's not quality, in the long run you're going to spend more money, because you're going to be using more ink per pass and you're going to be replacing them a lot. Whereas if you invest a couple of pounds and get a good quality ink, then in the long run you'll save money. So let's see how this does on the value pack. Again, hold it down and just give it a gentle rub. Now granted, that hasn't caught, but considering it's a new stamp and it hasn't been primed or anything, it wasn't bad. We will give that another go to see whether it was the way I was pressing or whether it is a fault with the stamp. If they don't pass first time it's a new stamp, buff them up with a nail file and then just give them a wipe over with the baby wipes. And then try again, because sometimes with these clear stamps they can be really smooth, and when it comes to stamping that can be an issue. No, it was me. I hadn't pressed enough on the Merry Christmas, because second pass, no problem at all. That's on the value pack. Now, considering this is thinner, if I couldn't get my card from Poundland or the works, this is one I would use. I like the feel of it, I like the colour of it, and yeah, it's a bit thinner, but if you're going to be putting layers on it, that's not too much of an issue. And it might also do some of those delicate die cuts that are more better on paper, because sometimes the cardstock can be a bit too thick. Well, that would be ideal for doing those types of dies. If you didn't want them to be on paper, you wanted them on card, then I would highly recommend this for doing those more delicate dies. Because we've all been there, we've brought a die, we've really wanted it, we've got it home, and no matter what machine you use, it will not cut out of the card. This is the Poundland card. And again, press it down, hold it firmly and just give a gentle rub all over. Nothing major, nothing heavy, take your time. Remember, there are no mistakes in crafting, they're just happy accidents. If it just prints the Merry and not the Christmas, you can cut it out. You can use the circle bit around the edge and put something else in the middle. You can cut the Merry out and use it on its own. There's always a way to fix a problem. See, again, that one I didn't press enough because I can see where it's been left on the stamp and not on the page, so we'll do a second pass. I think what I will do for my own peace of mind later is just get a nail file and prime this stamp, because obviously being new and not primed, it, you know, it's a hit and miss. But as you saw us again with the quality of the stamps, sometimes you buy these cheap stamps and they're not the best, and sometimes they are. If you, it's trial and error, but for £1 I can't complain. That one just doesn't want to print at all on that page. Now that is unusual for £1 and I don't normally have an issue. I will try one last time. In fact, I think what I'm going to do is prime that with a nail file as we're talking. So I'll just reach up here and get my nail files, and we'll just give this don't be worried about hurting them because they've been through a lot worse. And remember, if you ruin it, it was only £1. So just go over with your nail file. Because I find a lot of these new stamps, especially these polymer clear ones, have a shine on them which the inks don't like. So you need to be a bit rough on it. So just buff it up and then get your baby wipe. Wipe it off. Get your towel and then we'll try again. But as you saw with the other stamp, the comparison between the cards, Poundland is your best value every time. Press it down, hold it firmly and give it a gentle rub all over. I mean, you can do this in reverse. You can lie the acrylic block down and put your paper on top, but I don't normally do that. But for demonstration purposes we will show you. We'll take your card, we will line it over the stamp and we'll gently rub. I find doing it this way normally blurs it more, but we'll see how it goes. And that, ladies and gentlemen, printed perfectly. So there's always a way, and that is your Poundland card. Now let's do the same with that premium card from Hobbycraft, and hope it doesn't make my hands itch any more than it already has. And again, if you get any extra on the outside, just go around with the baby wipe, put a bit of kitchen roll and take it off. And then get your card, and we'll do this the way we did the one. Put that card on top of the stamp rather than the stamp on top of the card, and rub, and there is your stamp. But I really do not like how that makes my hands feel. And finally we'll do it on the works, and again we'll do it the way we've done the others. We'll bring the card to the stamp rather than the stamp to the card and rub. I have found this a lot with the ones from the works. They do need more pressure, so by doing it this way you're getting more pressure, and again a perfect stamp. So I'll leave the comparison up to you as for the card. But personally, I do prefer the Poundland one, but it's not always available because it is really popular with people. So you can only do what you can do, ladies and gentlemen. While we are here, I will show you what I really like about the Dewdrop inks. I think it may have been Jen or May who first showed me this. I'll take a piece of the Poundland card and we'll fold it in half as if we were making a card. And I'll use my acrylic block because I don't have my bone folder to hand. And as we have the grey out already, we will use the grey. You take your ink and you press it down. And then turn it slightly. And press it down. And turn slightly. And press it down. And you continue to do that in the shape of a flower. And there, ladies and gentlemen, is a nice flower. Or if you really wanted, if you did one this way and then turn slightly this way and slightly over this way, you also have, I mean, if it doesn't quite catch, you can go back down, but I personally think where it's missed, it adds a bit of character. And you also have there a tulip, and you can just paint in your leaves and you have a nice flower card. So ladies and gentlemen, thank you again for joining Misfits Crafting, and I hope to see you soon.